Let's make 3 inkblots and see what they have in common. And just for the heck of it, let's make one of the inkblots be many inkblots. We all have our different biases and we all see different things, but for me, growing up with Norwegian fairy tales, the easiest thing to see in inkblots are trolls. So let's start drawing some trolls. But how do we know what trolls look like? Fairy tales are seldom very detailed when it comes to descriptions, but they do give us some hints. The most famous Norwegian folktale outside of Norway is probably Bukkene Bruse, or the 3 billy goats gruff. And it actually describes the troll a bit, as having a nose as long as the handle of a rake and eyes as big as tin plates. And that seems to be the general gist of it. Kinda like a fishing story about the one who got away, trolls tend to get more and bigger with each telling. It was Norwegian artist Erik Werenskiold and Theodor Kittelsen who first took the elements from the tales and gave the trolls a visual look. And if you want to hear more about how that happened, do comment below. As a side note, it's very easy and totally justified to look at my troll drawings and wonder if there are elements of anti-Semitic caricature in them. Anti-Semitism runs through a lot of Christian and European folklore, and the consequences of it has been over 1,000 years of pogroms culminating in the Holocaust. But the look of the Norwegian trolls was created in an era of national romanticism and the struggle for sovereignty. Kittelsen and Werenskiold were trying to draw something primordially Norwegian. The reason my trolls have a slightly hooked nose is that I have a hooked nose. They are, in a sense, self-portraits. And I'm not the first to do that. When Kittelsen did his famous rural troll in the city, those who knew him, including his children, always identified it as a self-portrait. But how old are trolls really? Like with how trolls look, it's probably a bit of a game of exaggeration. If a troll in one story is 100 years old, the next has to be 110 years old, and so on. But the stories of the trolls are just as old, while trolls in their current form are a much later creation, and the synonym for trolls is jette, which links them to the Norse Jotun, making characters like Loke, Fenris and the Midgard serpent trolls of a kind. But the first attestation of something more relatable is from Hymeskvada, the story where Thor goes fishing and almost catches the Midgard serpent. Earlier in the story, Thor and Tyr meet Tyr's grandmother, who is a Jotun with 900 heads. And 900 heads suggest that there had been a few stories before this version. The word troll has many uses in Scandinavian languages, and you find it in a lot of words related to magic and wizardry. Troll was used to describe many types of mythical creatures, but often it was something big, a little dumb, and dangerous. Gradually, the trolls became less dangerous, and you can see the beginnings of cute trolls in Kittelsen's art or John Bauer's art, and in much of the art of that day. Until finally, the most horrible troll of all was unleashed upon the world. How did trolls become so cute? Trollunge or trollkid was used to describe misbehaving kids, and in the 1940s Margit Holmberg wrote the Troll's Lullaby, forever cementing them as adorable. So by popular request, here is the full song. Når trollmor har lagt sine 11 små troll og bundet dem fast I halen, så synger hun for sine 11 små troll de vakreste ord hun kjenner. Ai, 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 boff. Ai, 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 boff. Oi, ai, 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 boff, boff. Oi, ai, 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 boff. And that's our 3 trolls for today. The music, except for the singing, was Live Reed's amazing soundtrack for my retelling of the Norwegian fairy tale Følgesvennen, the Traveling Companion. It's a bit darker than the troll lullaby, but do check it out. Drawing trolls is a great little creative exercise, so if you try it out, do remember to comment and say how it went. All the art for this video will be released for free use under a Creative Commons attribution license, so you can download it, change it, and even sell it as long as you name me as artist. If you think this is cool, do consider supporting on patreon.com/KimHolm and buying merch or originals at denungeherrholm.com. And like and subscribe. Next, how about you go watch that Traveling Companion?